it going? It's No Money Millionaire here, and I'm going to finish talking about the first two deals that I did. So if you didn't catch those, you'll see a link in the description that'll take you to our YouTube channel so you can see both of those. So let's talk about those. I did two no money deals. The very first one I did it with my brother and my father, buying my father's house. And then it was about 10 years later, I did a second one, a seller finance. Well, you would think after I did two of those that I'd have been in the rhythm, I'd have known what I was doing, and I would have continued that. But that's not what happened. What happened was I was still in the same mindset of thinking that I had to have good credit. I had to get, the job and the savings. Even after doing two no money deals, I still had this mindset. Um, from where I grew up, home ownership wasn't common, and you were lucky just to rent a place. So you get ingrained in your head that you have to work, you have to have great credit, you have to save up money for the down payment, and no matter what, even though I've done two no money deals, I still had that same mindset that I was strapped down with, and that's difficult to break. And that's what it took a long time to do. And that's what I'm helping people do. The excuses about, and that's what they are. They're just excuses. No money, no credit, no deposit, um, bad credit, any of that. Those are just excuses. And you have to be willing to break those excuses if you really want to break out of where you're at. It's not easy. It's really not easy. I did two no money deals and I was still stuck in that mindset. I look back on it and I don't even understand how that is the case, but it is. You know, home ownership in a middle class upbringing, that's it. You've made it. You bought a home and you're there. But if you're trying to secure wealth for yourself, if you really want to build financial freedom, well, you've got to break that mindset because that's exactly what it is. It's going to keep you middle class. And that's what I was stuck in. After two no money deals, I still had the mentality that I needed all of those things. I needed to have a better job so I can get 2 years of taxes, so that I can get my credit, fixed and a good credit score, so that hopefully I can then buy a home. But still, buying that home, that wasn't going to help me. That wasn't going to give me anything. And so I had to learn. And I did that when I finally became 50. When I became 50 years old, I had to really take a look at myself and say, what am I going to retire with? What am I going to have? I've worked hard. I've had a good career my entire life, but nothing that was going to provide a pension. Uh, so all I could look forward to was some Social Security and then living on a fixed income. And I watched people that were around me, a little older than me, and I watched what their lives were like on a fixed income. I knew this lady, she wouldn't even want to turn her heat on. She would have blankets on her all the time just to keep her bills low. She didn't like to turn the lights on at nighttime. She'd light candles because she was on such a fixed income. She had to watch where every dollar went and make sure she had enough to go to food. And so I was looking at that and I thought, is that what I worked so hard for? Is that what I worked the last 30 years so that I can claim I'm retired and then I have to worry about either turning my lights on or going without some food? So when I turned 50, I had to change that. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I don't want to do that. And so I had to learn. And that's when I started learning about OPM, about how to do this, how to buy and own and control property without using my own money. Because I didn't have money to do this. So the only way I was going to make it happen was if I came up and learned what I'm talking about. So that's why I wrote my book. because I want to tell people exactly what I learned. I don't want you to have to waste 20 years of your life trying to figure it out like I did. I want you to be able to have it now and put it to work for you now so that when it comes time for you to retire, you can still have a life. You don't have to worry about cutting back. Are you going to have lights on or are you going to have food? Who wants to live like that? I don't. And that's what I want to share with everybody. And that's what my book is about. And also with my TV episode that I'm going to be on with Legacy Makers, I'm going to explain all of it, every bit of it. So that's coming this fall. I hope you get to see it. The book should be coming out soon. There'll be a link for it in my YouTube, my page here, my Instagram. You can find it on all of those. It's a free book. But I don't want anybody struggling through or having to make those decisions that I've seen other people do. And I thought about it making them myself. And I don't want people to have to do that.
That's who I be. Made it out the mud with a mindset key. From broke to the boss, now the brand's elite. Ain't nothing in my way, just me on beat. I told you, this ain't borrowed, this ain't lucky, this ain't fake, this is earned. No money, no excuses, no limits.